to one particular place, which is the studio area, the production area, the newsroom area. Okay? Now, if you want lunch to buy, you have a difficulty. As against somebody who is in an office, they have a lunch break between 12 and maybe 2 p.m. They can go out of their offices between 12 and 2 p.m., go have lunch, come back, and continue work. You don't have the luxury of time because it's just running. It's a clock. 1 p.m. news, 2 p.m. news, 3 p.m., another program in between. There. And you're preparing for the next day as well. So if you want lunch to buy, then there is a problem. So what Chairman is talking about is that you need to open your eye and see beyond what everybody else sees. So when you get into an environment, open your eye and look beyond the ordinary space. Okay? So that in this scenario, where you have about 3 buildings in the same company, about 150 people are in there, and there is a challenge in getting maybe packed lunch. So what do? You look for a place where obviously the food is very good, and then you place a little commission on walking between or transporting the food between the source and the buyer. And then gradually you start making some money. That is what Dr. Macaulay was talking about. And once you're able to do that, bam, you gradually start growing. And once again, the thing about organic growth also comes in. And then you start growing your profits gradually. Once you're applying discipline, by the time you realize you have an account full of money that you can use to do something else. And the last one, before the last set of questions. You need to open your eyes and you need to look beyond what everybody is seeing, like I said. So, for example, we are in a COVID era. The surviving elements within the COVID era are the masks that we wear and sanitizers. Right or wrong? I can't hear you. Thank you very much. So the question you can ask yourself as an entrepreneur is, where is the source of these masks? And which place is the source for these sanitizers? And then as students as well, you don't like carrying things around. So then you want to look for things that are very portable. Small bottles. So maybe somebody is selling some, but they're in big bottles. How then can you make sure that you get small packages of bottles, you buy the big ones, turn them in, and then you have a whole new one? So somebody is selling a big bottle for 30 Ghana cedis, and you get smaller bottles, which are selling for maybe 5 or 6 Ghana cedis. At the end of the day, you make way much more money than the same person who is selling it at the same volume. So think out of the box, and just like Chairman said, and make sure that you become the link between the seller and the buyer. That is other people's money, and it helps you to grow a big base. Let's go.
My name is Nudanu Isaac. I'm continuing student, medical student in US. My question is, in formulating ideas for a business, what's your take on this? Will you like to go into a field that is bringing a new idea from a field that is unexplored, and that comes with its own challenges, or going to a field that people have gone into where you can use their steps and as resources? And my second question is, in every business there is competition, like yours in a shipping agency, where there is so much competition. How do you deal with business, or what's the best way to opportunize that business for growth? That's my question.
Thank you. I love competition. It doesn't mean that when a field is saturated, it's being done best. You can go in with your own ideas, and you can go in with your own way of thinking, and also be the best in that field. So for me, I love competition. The first question was, come again, that was a very important question.
Please, I was asking that, will you like to go into...
Yes, you see, will you like to go into a fresh new area or go into area where there are people already? I started by saying that you have to, one, be innovative. We have great inventors. At times, you don't need to reinvent the cycle. At times, you need to reinvent the cycle. So it depends on you, the person. Opportunity is abound. And as I said, where opportunity meets preparedness, you can hit success. So you have to be prepared depending on what you want to do, where you want to be. It doesn't matter whether it's a new area or it's a saturated area, but it's all depend on you. I can tell you, you see the McDan Entrepreneurial Challenge. A lot of people think it's the money, it's the business idea and all that. But the secret of that challenge is the person behind the business. Here is McDan, right? I can tell you that if I give $1 million to an idiot, that idiot will spend $1 million, right? But if you give $1,000 to a smart person, he can turn it into $1 million. That is all the secret is all about. You can have a very good business idea, but you might not have the right attitude to execute that business idea. So many a times, the question you ask is the person behind the business. That is very, very important.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Michael Jopo, a civil engineering student. And please, as a young man, want to venture into an entrepreneurship. What are some of the risks that I should take, not to run into loss?
The risks there, you run always into loss if you sleep. I hope you understand.
Yes, please.
You just have to be disciplined. You just have to learn. You just have to have the right attitude. Right. So you need to be careful what you want to do. If it is 5 CD, be very diligent. If every day you want to make 5 CD, be consistent. It's all rhyme up to the same things I said. Your attitude towards the business. You don't waste 2-3 hours of your time that you have to use to make money to go and sit by the girl and spend that time with the girl. You don't use the time you have to use to make money to go and spend it unnecessarily or with friends or anything. So you have to be very disciplined. If you are not disciplined, you lose that. You can't make it. So your question is very important. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for all of our friends who managed to make it here. Let's do a bigger round of applause. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, Dr. Daniel Macaulay wants everyone here to know that everybody who managed to ask a question will get a free copy of The Path of the Eagle. So we're going to ask them to come in here one after the other. They would come in with a copy of the book and he would sign his autograph for them while they do that. And of course, after they've received it, please stand by the corner. We'll take a big photograph before we go. All right? Thank you. Hold on. Just slowly. Can we have some music in the background while we do this? Thank you. Rahina, can you come back, please? Please. Yes. Please remain there in the corner. We'll do one big photograph before you all go away. Thank you.
Somebody call the popo, you they make me loco with your body.